All right, Lenny, I would like you to start this podcast. I would like for you to indulge me, or I'd like to indulge you. I'm not sure grammatically how that goes, but what?
We started?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Lenny, although some people wouldn't, a person who shall remain nameless wouldn't want this done. It would be an absolute honor if we can start this podcast by you calling me a total moron. Would you please?
Yeah.
Please. Say, Andrew, you're a total moron.
Andrew, I come to the podcast. I'm training all day. And you used to give me nice beef brisket from your job and stuff like that. And now you're just a total moron.
Oh, thank you.
See that?
See how easy that is?
Yes. On both ends.
Yeah.
How dare I was to expect that from you. Awesome.
I've probably been called a moron 100 times in my life, but not a total moron. That makes it even more just...
Yeah, that's what...
You're not going to tell me you want me off the podcast?
You went
I want him off. Get him off.
Well, after my actions over the weekend, he made me feel a little more sane. Mr. G, if you want to split anger management classes, we can go together.
Jesus Christ.
Look, Rob sent me a clip, Mr. G's cross-dressing. Look it up from 11 years ago.
You guys didn't get DM'd that all day?
I saw it.
Yeah.
Nice legs, Mr. G. And I'm serious. I wish I had your calves and quads, but at least we both have done it. I did it at the Delray Misfits Halloween party at Jane Genova's. I cross-dressed too.
You know, when I first watched that video of Palumbo's show, I thought that was an act. I didn't think he was legitimately that angry. I didn't realize. I thought that was just like a tough guy shtick for the show.
I thought that was one of the zombies from The Walking Dead.
Thought it was Phyllis Diller.
That was hilarious.
I spat out my coffee that I was drinking in the morning when you said that, and I was watching it.
I knew your age. A lot of those young guys don't know Phyllis Diller.
Right.
That was fucking
She come out with the feather boas.
And now when you said, you don't have the guts to talk to a transvestite, I fucking lost it.
And that one, the bald Jimmy the Bull, pretending like he doesn't know what a tranny is. Give me a fucking
Yeah, it's old school.
bullshit. Everybody, come on.
Yeah.
That was total bullshit. No, he couldn't work his computer. That was
So
total
you
shtick.
knew what one was?
Who the fuck doesn't know what a tranny is, Lenny?
This is getting
He's trying-
interesting.
This is getting ooh,
I know a
ooh.
tranny in my car, transmission. Like, stop playing.
He looks like Bruce from Finding Nemo, the shark with that big... He does, maniacs. Get the memes going. Bruce the Bull.
A total moron! You don't call me a total moron!
That was good.
Get this fat asshole off the show! Dave, I don't want him on the show anymore!
He does better impressions than Genova.
He's almost at the Calora level.
Yeah.
What the fuck
Roxwell
was
did
that?
too.
He's
And then, you got to after he went on that rant, then they're telling you got to apologize? Fuck him. If he would have said, hey, Lenny, if he approached it in a calm manner and said, Lenny, I saw a clip from Leo's podcast. You called me a total moron. What was that all about? You probably would have apologized.
I'll tell you what, I'll apologize right now on the behalf of the Maniacs. I understand a lot of customers you had from them, and they gave an honest review. And to be honest, that makes me sad. I apologize on behalf of them, but the bottom line is never underestimate them. And see how easy it was with me and the Prince, Mr. G? And I said it to his face, and he said it to mine.
Yeah, and that's another thing he was saying. I'm saying it to your face right now.
And honestly, in the future,
you're on a goddamn
to
Zoom.
be
You're on a
honest-
computer. It's not to your face.
to be honest,
What are you
any
talking
issues
about?
that we had where I might have said the wrong thing, Andrews gave me a call, and that was it. It was a little short talk, and that was it. Didn't go any further.
I can't imagine that. And that guy's, how old is he?
Looks like he's 90, but
But he's in his 60s, right?
yeah.
I think he's probably been called a lot worse than a total moron. Quit acting like you're a wise guy.
Well, hopefully he can call the podcast or whatever, and we can. I mean, I assume I'm being on the show Tuesday.
Well, I heard that he was in control of that particular after-hours show because it's about the cookies. Because Palumbo and him Palumbo has interest in that. He is part of that. His picture I saw on the Instagram. His picture's all over the cookies.
And I want one. I want
So
a
it's,
jumbo.
it's Palumbo's business too.
And I like a jumbo Palumbo cookie. I'm going to be honest.
I think they can make amends by naming a cookie after you.
I agree, and look at the publicity he's getting.
Yeah. You call him a total.
I called him a moron, and he wanted to fight because of a cookie.
You called him you called him a total moron, and then he proved you right by acting like one.
Yeah, cookie. Prince Andrew was offering me beef, fine cuts of beef.
That's right.
Like I was saying to Rob today, I said it's very ironic too that you're in a feud with a legit cookie cutter.
That's a good point.
Professional.
And you know what? You know what else is ironic? That he calls himself Mr. G when the two of you should be Mr. G. If you catch my drift,
I catch
if
it.
you catch
Mr. and Mrs.
If you look to
G.
your left,
Oh yeah, there it is, right there, sitting on the table.
Well, I wake up.
These
and
are the
call
real
myself-
Mr. G's right here
Yeah.
at the table.
I wake up and call myself a moron every day. So that's maybe, Mr. G can learn from that. But just a bunch of old men fighting over cookies.
And what's the difference between being called a moron and a total moron?
The total.
I guess everything about him. But again,
Like
the
if someone says,
context
"Hey,
of
you're a
what
moron," okay, no, you're a total moron. All right, now we're fighting. Like,
I liked how Romano was though trying to promote that fight and get.
Well, I
wanted
wanted to. I'm on their side. I mean, I want the word. Is it going to go? I mean, what is obviously something for me to help our channel because we got big plans. Let's make it happen.
Yeah.
So I can at least change my training. If not, I'm going to do the Ruby. But I can't be bulking, and it's a completely different thing. And I really intend to look forward to this challenge and everyone to see me lighter. Well, you're going to see me lighter if I get a fight.
I
That's
think
for sure.
I think it'll make good, entertaining content too. You doing something other than the fucking Ruby again, like Jason every year with that same shit year after year.
Yeah.
I mean, how many times do you see the same?
head on over to
fucking
American Top Team in Coconut Creek. You can train with Amanda Nunez.
Well, as long as she gives me scissor holds.
thing? Is she fighting this weekend?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. 3 championship fights.
Yeah, a lot of my buddies train at Sanford MMA. That's another big one down here.
Where is that?
Yeah.
I don't even know.
But I appreciate on the reaching out to Jacqueline Boying. I hope they can make something happen. That part of the purse, a nice date with Jacqueline, so she can wear that little green and white outfit. It's a lot of meat there.
It always goes back to that with Palumbo. What's his fascination?
What isn't? That's a fascinating subject. When you take a male to be that hot, that's an art form.
Oh, that's the Brazilian one. They pulled up the picture on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
First time I saw her videos, I got serious wood. And her Instagrams are too great. She's walking around with a bunch of teenage boys hanging out all the time, going to restaurants, and she's like twice as big as all of them.
Are the maniacs spamming her Instagram too?
I'm sure they've taken.
Did you do arms today? Your arms look bigger.
I'm bigger overall. No, I did shoulders, Robzilla. Come back to the free weights. Just got to stick it out.
Should we call Jay? Jay wants to call in.
Let's do it.
Brad, are you going to behave? You going to be on your best behavior?
See, this is what I like, bringing all the originals back.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello? What do you mean, hello? You're acting like you don't know who this is. What's up? Jay.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
I don't have any cigarettes. Right in the podcast?
You don't have any cigarettes? Yes, you're on the podcast. What's going on?
Maybe you should smoke yourself then.
You'd have to take out his whole rib cage, not just one rib.
Well,
All right, Jay, you're on. What did you want to say?
can you guys hear me?
Loud and clear.
My number one advice is Lenny should never put on a glove. Ever.
I
Because
think it's going to be MMA style.
this guy is a clown. That guy has a Mr. G problem. That's not a Lenny problem. Let him come talk to Lenny face to face, and then just let Lenny drop him with bare knuckles. We don't need another boxing match. That's stupid.
Speak for yourself, Jay.
Okay, Lenny.
No, it's me, Rob. I'm only joking.
Put the mic to you.
It would be great, something to promote and another event to build around. So, I see where you're coming from, but and
The guy said MMA style anyway.
and it's a good reason for us to try to get Lenny into. Well, Lenny will not try, but we'll get into better shape, cut some weight.
Actually, I have an idea. Why don't you guys film Rob? Why don't you film Lenny taking an IQ test against him?
and then they can have a cookie bake-off.
No. That guy's fucked up. I'm basically controlling the minions to ruin that guy.
I appreciate the gesture, Jay. I mean, you're always out doing good, so.
Doing good.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, honestly, I'm not
motherfucking
comfortable about
Teresa.
that part at all.
Yeah, fucking with the guy's livelihood is not cool.
yeah.
But there's no line that they won't cross. So
He stepped in the bear trap,
yeah, nothing
Right.
you can do.
Yeah.
or he stepped in the ment trap.
But there's one way out, though. If we get into it and he buries me, we'll have some stipulations, of course.
Total moron. Big deal. Grow up.
Yeah.
Well, that's why when I was watching it at first, I thought it was a shtick. I thought he was just acting. I didn't think any man could actually get that bent out of shape because another man called him a moron. And then, now that I'm finding out it's real, it's like Rob said. I think.
And it was 10 times worse than you expected, right? When you saw it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was serious.
Yeah.
He wasn't
A
joking.
little anger management.
Yeah.
I've never had anybody blow up on me like that. Of course, he wasn't in person. It wasn't in person, but to blow up on me like that.
Talk about oversensitive, man. Holy shit.
It's like you're a business owner. What do they think? You got some psycho mixing the stuff? You're his worst enemy for business.
I can't hear what the other fellows are saying. I can only hear you, Andrew.
Okay, I'll hold the phone out from now on when they speak.
How about the bearded fellow to Andrew's right? What's he saying?
It's loud in the city like Big Rob.
What, Jay?
Loud in the city.
All right, Jay. Anything else on your mind?
No, I just think that I'm really proud of Big Bad Wolf for calling those guys fucking Goombas. Because that's what they are.
Took a lot of guts. They're all connected, they say.
if they were connected, they wouldn't say they're connected.
Right.
That's total horseshit.
Nor would he have acted like that.
Right.
He wouldn't have lost. He'd be cool, calm, and then he'd do something behind the scenes.
Jay, not to sound like a cookie cutter, but happy 52nd birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday, Jay.
Thank you, Lenny and Rob. I hear you in the background.
Brad?
I want some Halo testing, you fucking cookie cutters.
Will you be doing us a favor? Because we're not going to have a liver if we keep taking it.
That's very liver toxic.
Very liver
My
toxic.
liver is tougher than Rocky
Halo testing.
Graziano.
Your liver is tougher than those steaks Brad burned.
Is it oral? The what? What'd you say?
I said Jay's liver is tougher than those steaks Brad burned.
Yeah, right. You guys ate every bit of it.
It was
It
good.
was good, actually.
It was
It
really
was
good.
great, yeah.
It
I
was.
thought about
I
it.
didn't
I
No
saved
complaints.
those fucking
I
things.
thought about it.
Because they were rare on the inside.
Yeah.
I would use one now.
There wasn't
They're
a
damn good.
There
I don't-
wasn't a piece left on your plate.
I haven't had grill in a while. I've been doing the pan frying because that's what all the
That's how you're supposed to
Yeah.
cook a ribeye.
That was great.
With some butter, garlic, in a pan, in a cast iron pan. But there's too many. I couldn't fucking sit there and do that.
Hey, Jay, next time you're in town, we should have an experiment with those. Since you already got a big bench, see how much you can add on your bench in one workout with those.
No. I want 42 of them. One a day for 6 weeks.
Well, we can't talk about that on a public podcast.
Anyway, I need to go inside and get some smoky chokies.
Yeah, it's cigarette time, right?
Find yourself a nice black little lot lizard, 110-pound, cracked out. Roll around with her in the cab and shotgun each other them cigarettes.
What, Jay?
I'm going to buy myself a nice little brown child and fuck him in the ass.
Oh my fucking god!
All right, Jay, go get some smokes. We'll talk to you later. Yeah.
That went as expected.
He won't remember
No.
that conversation at all.
I think initially, once the alcohol hits him, he can get a little out of it. Then he's gone. Got time for nap time. I would take it. I would imagine.
Well, didn't he tell you in that 7-hour live he did? He doesn't remember like the whole,
A lot of it.
like the last
Yeah.
3 fucking hours
Yeah.
of it.
And I don't think
I
the
talk-
people watching it remembered either. 7 hours.
It's longer than WrestleMania.
I think people went to sleep, woke up, and he was still going.
Torture.
That's a quarter of a day he went. Think about that.
I couldn't do that without an 8-ball.
Yeah, it's crazy that you could drink that much in that many hours and not pass out.
Well, it's easy when you repeat the same thing over and over for 45 minutes, too. You know,
true.
like he was doing. Like a broken record.
When is the next after hours?
It's usually I get a text. I'll be honest, I missed a few. But I get a text about 12:30 that says we're on at 12:45 Tuesday, and it's pretty consistent. It's my fault that I missed a few.
12:45 in the
He's always
in
extending
the
it
afternoon.
on Tuesday.
Yeah, somebody messaged me saying, "Oh, I think Dave was a part of that. He was pretty clever with the
I don't think so.
with the title." I'm like, they
Title,
record that
Yeah.
in the early afternoon. He doesn't post it till nighttime.
And the funny part when they were talking, when Meow Man brought the question about the cookies, then they referred to Brad. Brad's like blowing out a big joint out of his mouth. That guy looks like he's stoned out of his mind.
I was. I think that was the night I was drinking and smoking on that podcast.
Who is that? I should say, yeah, you don't remember he's in your studios.
Whatever.
Who was the guy? Not Valentino, not Romano. There was another guy.
Jimmy the Bull, the bald-headed guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one that pretended like he didn't know what a tranny.
Yes.
First
Right.
I saw him in Muscular Development. He was enormous, hard and strong as they come. I'm talking about he would do 300-pound skull crushers, curl 150-pound dumbbells for 10. He was a freaking animal. He's an ex-Marine, and he's also into the martial arts and stuff. But he also plays classical piano, surprisingly. But he would do an assisted bench where he'd have a spotter and sort of load the bar up at 900 or 1,000 pounds on a bench press. And the guy would spot, and the guy would do it and make it look like it's not even helping. And a couple guys, him and Eric Klein, who was also from that era, used to go around the country doing those, they call it assisted bench, which there's some trickery to it, because you can lift a lot of weight from that position, and if you could make it look effortless.
On a regular bench press, not a Smith machine, a
No,
regular bench
regular.
press.
Yeah. But, yeah, the Iron Bull, very freaky, very dense.
All those accolades, and he can't even work an iPad?
Yeah, he's a regular blue-collar guy now. It's got to admire the guy.
Did he compete?
Never did bodybuilding, never did power. He was a gym lifter,
Okay.
and a strong one at that. I mean, 315-pound barbell curls. You're going to cheat a little bit, but just getting that weight up.
Where is this Mr. G? Where does he live?
He's up in New York. He was
used
a lot
to-
bigger. He 22-inch arms. And if you see that cross-dresser video, look at his legs and his calves.
Yeah, his arms were big in those
Oh,
videos.
he's a big dude, and he's obviously great endurance.
Those were from 2009, I saw.
Does he have a channel?
I thought he lived in Willy Wonka's chocolate factory.
Well, he wrestled midgets. He wrestled Oompa Loompas, right?
Yeah.
He wrestled midgets? Like literally?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess they weren't following the script, and he got a little mad, and he had to jump off one of the top rope and mess them up.
Like sanctioned wrestling events, or like
Yeah, it's like a WWE style, but you know, when they get out of hand, they says you got to shoot on people, which is make it real, so you don't mess up the outcome. Or you give a guy a receipt. He gives you a cheap shot, and you give him one back. Because when I went to wrestling school with Exotic Adrian Street in '95 up in Gulf Breeze, Florida, he told me the worst part about wrestling is you're gonna have to shoot. Because you do independent matches, guys don't want to follow the script. You got to take matters into your own hands. The guys try to hurt you because you can't put up with that shit.
Yeah, you said that you didn't put that in the video when he talked about him going to wrestling school and what your name was.
Leo Canaro.
Leo.
You can look up Exotic Adrian Street. He's still alive right now. Miss Linda, she dressed up like a dominatrix.
Why did he name you Leo Canaro, or did you?
Because he said I looked like Primo Canaro, who was an Italian boxer, I believe, in the 30s, and he had acromegaly, the Andre the Giant syndrome. He's a big, goofy guy, and he gave me an outfit. And I had like an Italian flag on it. Go figure.
No shit.
Yeah.
Is there any footage of that anywhere? Do you have
No. Well,
do you have any
he has
pictures?
demo tapes, VHS and stuff. But I did break a kid's collarbone in the school because, you're doing a shoulder block. I threw him into the ropes, and I did a flying shoulder block. And the kid was like 185. He called himself the Dream Warrior.
And what?
Like
the Dream
Tom
Warrior.
Cruise or someone in the ring. And I gave him a shoulder, knocked him down, and it separated his shoulder. They took him to the hospital, and he went home. But Miss Linda, who was Adrian Street's valet, the guy that ran the school, she would come over and do the laundry and stuff because he used to rent apartments out for the wrestlers, $10 a day. And the school was only $1,000. It was dirt cheap, and he was very thorough. He'd spend the whole day with me.
What year was that?
1995. I took a bus up there, Greyhound.
Where was this?
Gulf Breeze.
Okay.
Near Mobile, Alabama. Near Panama City, too.
Okay, yeah, up in the Panhandle.
Yeah. So Adrian, he's from England. He'd sit there and he'd say, "Hey, Lenny," he goes, "You like my wife, Linda, don't you?" I said, "Yeah, I liked her from the magazines or outfits." He'd say, "Hey, Linda, come here," and she's busy doing housework, real quiet. "Come here, Linda. Lenny here says he wants you to have sex with him. Are you game?" And she's all embarrassed. "Adrian, stop it." I said, "Yeah, I'm game." And he'd start laughing. She's like real embarrassed. But check her out. She's pretty hot.
What were you weighing at the time?
I was a natural 300, 310.
Okay.
Kind of fat.
But you had better mobility, obviously.
Yeah. 25 years old.
What was your finishing move in the ring, or what would have been it?
Probably the flying shoulder block. But I got beat up. I mean, I'll say this: 1 week of that was worse than 1 week of high school football, 2-a-days, because you had to absorb shit. And he had
those mats aren't like falling on a mattress.
And he had a garage where he had the ring in. There was just a slim piece of carpeting over concrete. And the ring was like, I don't know what the hell that was. It wasn't even a real ring. It was like 2 pieces of carpeting over the carpet. So took a bump, and I was able to flip forward and do a lot of stuff. Because he said, you tuck your chin to your chest on your way down. You bang your head on the thing, you get a concussion, which I did.
How long were you there?
It was 2 weeks. I got a diploma. And he wanted to ship me out to Japan immediately. I said, no, I want to get bigger. And then I joined a commercial gym, quit playing around in the home gyms, and decided to get serious. And I fell in love with lifting. And then I met Andrew a short time later. And I just kept thinking I would just train and be humongous, and then we'll go in. But missed a couple key opportunities where promoters had extended an olive branch, and we were just so into the lifting at the time because we were making gains every workout, that age.
You didn't think you could have made gains if you started wrestling?
No, be on the road.
Yeah.
You got to have the physique. And then again, I didn't do the right things.
Is that guy still alive, Adrian Street?
Yeah, great shape. And he said he'd only take injectable Winstrol. That's it. His whole career, he wasn't big.
I wonder if you could reach out to him and find those tapes.
He still does it. Yeah, he's shaved
That's
bald head now.
That's the next project for the
That
Maniacs.
guy was intense. He was short. He came out basically as a cross-dresser, but he was intense. He had a squat machine. I mean, he would go to failure. Very intense.
Was he in the WWF?
No, he was in Mid-South, Florida wrestling. Started off in England when they brought the Beatles, when they first became famous, and they got backstage, and he's like, they brought these guys back. He goes, I thought they were a bunch of sissies.
If there's one pro wrestler you could have wrestled, who would you want it to have been? Anyone?
Probably Hulk Hogan. You wrestle Hogan, you're getting some kind of payday. But the way it is now, they got all these rules. You got women traveling with men. You got to watch what you say. I mean, those guys, any woman, and they liked it. Because we actually had a girl in the school who was a black girl, overweight.
How many
She
people?
was trained to be a manager.
How many people were in the school?
At the most, we had 4. There was like 6 rooms. Everybody their own room. There was a girl that was there 2 days when I was there. She was black and overweight. She's going, everybody's knocking on their door asking want a blowjob.
Did you take one?
No, she left it when I finally got the news she was doing that. Yeah,
Who is it?
exactly. Sucking everybody off. And Adrian knew it. He's laughing.
Now, did anybody that you went to that school with, did they become wrestlers or?
No, but I checked out Dean Malenko's school later in Tampa, try to get the connections, and I saw Kurgan. He also had acromegaly. He was training there with Dean Malenko.
Is it acromegaly or acromegalia?
Could be acromegaly.
I think it's acromegalia.
Yeah.
With the overactive pituitary, you get the Andre the
much
Giant.
DH.
Yeah.
And I think I got some of the looks, too. I'm starting to...
You can tell by looking at the eyebrow bones. You'll see a lot of these 7-foot NBA players. They'll have the huge, oversized eyebrow bones. That's
Yeah.
acromegalia.
Or the
like
unibrow, like the guy with the Lakers.
Yeah, Anthony Davis,
Yeah.
like the George Murasands. You remember him from Romania?
Yes.
He had a horrible case of acromegaly.
And they were doing that without a doubt.
Yep.
I would think it was aesthetic to trying to get the contract. Or Robert Wadlow, look him up. That guy, 24 years old, he's almost 8 feet tall. Robert Wadlow.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, from
Yeah,
the
around
old
the 30s,
old Guinness
yeah.
Book of World Records. I remember that name from when I was a
my
kid.
God,
Yep.
is he giant
Yep.
size? Good
Yep.
Lord, almost 8.
He had the glasses, right?
Yeah.
I remember him.
But he always had a nice tailor-made suit made
Yep.
for him. I mean, he stood out in the crowd. What a freak. I mean, he was ridiculous.
You did wrestling school too, Rob, didn't you, for a little bit?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I think I talked about it enough in previous episodes.
I heard you disrespected a man that was an established veteran.
Yeah, I don't want to say that because that might tick some people off.
Off
and I
camera.
don't need any
Off
help with
camera,
that.
bro.
I'd say let's just say this for all the veterans out there. I regret this now looking back, but I was young and I was young and a little crazy. I told the veteran that I was going to light his American flag on fire and use it to light my joint.
Was it? Can I name a name?
That was in wrestling school?
Yeah. Well, the guy was like 55 years old and in school, and he was just acting like he ran the show, like the whole rookie gimmick, like, do this, kid, do that, kid. So I said, you're fucking 55 in wrestling school. Give it up. Make room for the people who actually have potential. And he snapped. And I said, fuck you. I'll take your American flag and light it and use it to
What was he,
smoke
like a
myself.
hacksaw Jim Duggan wannabe?
Like a Sergeant Slaughter with the darker skin.
Yeah, there was actually guest wrestlers that came to Adrian's school. Guy had an American flag jacket. Anytime he grabs a flag and goes out to a fake wrestling match, it's a cookie cutter.
Come on. I mean, to all you veterans out there, sorry, but at the same time, isn't it wrestling? That would have been one hell of a promo to build
Is anyone
build a match.
anyone too warm? Be honest.
No.
Not because of, nothing to do with the house, maybe because of the substances in my body.
All you gotta do is open that window.
It is
Nice.
open. Yeah, I was hoping it'd cool the.
Well, there's a lot
nice
of
out.
beef in this room. You figure there's almost a half a ton of beef in this room.
Bah,
Yeah, it's on that side of the table.
You're done. You're done trying to get into wrestling, or do you have any?
I don't know. It's just
Hell, if Lawrence Taylor and Mike Tyson can be in the WWE Hall of Fame, so can we. Brad, if you're a wrestler, I'd name you Bradford Beefcake.
With those trimming shears and cut people's head
a
off.
cigar and some leather, like you got in your closet in your house.
No, his shtick would be perfect as a mailman.
Yeah.
You know, like the Mountie, they all have these like side professions.
Yeah.
He can walk into the ring, you know, with the mail the mail bag and like pull an object out of it and
Yeah.
beat his
The
opponent.
finishing move, the circular.
or he would be Bradford Crowley.
Yeah.
The overnight delivery.
Brad, you want to talk about this satanic weekend you had that on your
Shut up with
Instagrams?
satanic shit. You fucking jack.
You had twinks with hanging objects. It was demonic. It looked like I was in hell.
It's a freak show, a circus, a sideshow freak show, whatever.
That's a little politically incorrect. There's handicapped people.
They call it a freak show. That's what
Who's
was
they?
the promoters. The people that put on the show, a
That
freak
explains
show.
it. That's all. They.
You want to see a real freak
Such
show?
a jack. Will you stop with that stupid shit? You know what I'm talking about, you
No, I don't.
fucking moron.
You said they. I want to know.
they,
who.
the people that run the show. Those.
Who are they? I thought you ran the show. Because when I go somewhere, I run the show.
Brad, it's
okay.
it's
So they run the show. They tell you what to do like a marionette.
it's total moron, not fucking moron.
Yeah, yeah.
So you know.
Fucking total moron.
Get off the
Say
show.
it. Say it right.
Andrew, get him off. I want
friends.
him off. I want him off. You want to see a real freak show?
You fucking suck dicks! You suck dicks!
Yeah, like when I stand over his unconscious body, I'm going to say the dick sucker just beat you. Suck mine.
No, it's a freak show.
You
That
know what you
comes
do?
once a year.
Wait, when he's laying on the ground unconscious, you say, "That's how the cookie crumbles." You like that?
Yeah, I want to do it. I want to get in shape, do something different, prove him wrong. And I like the bulletin board material. Lenny wouldn't even get one punch in, not one punch.
Who said that?
Dave.
Palumbo said that?
Yeah. He says, I would not want Mr. G coming after me.
Oh, quit.
Well, no wonder. You're about 110
okay.
pounds and frail. You don't want anyone coming after you.
Yeah, anybody that sees Dave in person would never want to be a bodybuilder. If that's what your body looks like after.
Yeah, like a decrepit lizard.
Now, can we get more into that night of demonism?
He's not going to let it go, Brad. So just address
Did
it.
you see the Instagram stories? So you saw most of the performers. You saw them, right?
Most of them.
Yeah.
I
It was
think he's hinting at
entertaining.
another thing.
He had some fake weights at the second point.
Probably, but he hooked up the half a man
Yeah.
who's they said weighed 80 pounds, and he lifted him with those things in his eye sockets.
Who, Mark Lopeliner?
The guy with no legs.
Why
no
would you
bottom
do
half.
that? Rip your eyes out for a bunch of...
He didn't rip them out.
Yeah.
That's they perform. He had these big fucking metal like corkscrew things that he put through his nose.
Oh,
and
that's
they
real
came
smart.
Out of his mouth. He was putting things through.
How
his
does somebody
arms.
realize that they have that as a talent?
have
Did they
no
wake up
idea.
one day and say, "You know what? I'm going to try something," and they
I put a
realize?
door through my arm. I didn't get paid for it.
Is that what that bruise is?
Damn, that's a big
Oh.
bruise. How did you hit? Did that happen when your arm went through it?
Yeah, I went through a few times. In and
Were you
out. in and out.
Were you elbowing or punching
I gave it a little bit of everything.
like a gorilla?
It was like if you were playing a UFC video game and just pressed all the buttons at once.
Well, I texted Rob the clip of Rampage smashing the door on a set of TUF afterwards.
yeah.
I wish I saw that before because that was inspiring, one, and it made me realize I didn't do it properly.
Good thing
Rampage used his forearm and his elbow.
Good
Yeah.
thing they make these doors like shit.
Well,
If that was a solid wood door, you wouldn't have done that.
no, my arm would be in a sling. But my knuckles are getting pretty tough because I'm having such road rage down here. Or you could put an I where the A is. It's probably similar. That I punched I punched the what's the thing called next to you in your car seat?
The center console?
The center console. I beat the crap out of that thing.
You also put a dent in that new car.
Yeah.
Just don't do what Jason did and bite a chunk out of the steering wheel.
I was driving down Delray and I was
Or Jay...
You know that story,
shattering
right?
the rear glass of the
Oh, yeah.
Subaru. What is these guys just self-destroying their cars? What's up with this?
I was driving down Atlantic and I had to be somewhere that I didn't want to be and I was late and rushing. I'm just looking at everyone waddling around, licking ice cream cones, happy,
leisurely stroll.
happy as I'm in a
People, the
rush.
beautiful people of Delray.
Yeah, just looking
The
around.
elites.
Oh, look at this place must be new. Oh, this is new. I haven't seen this before. And I just wanted to kill somebody, so I took it out on a car door. I think I have a fetish for beating up inanimate objects. I don't know.
You
but
need a heavy bag.
Yeah.
Heavy
I
bag.
need a heavy bag of powder. That's what I need.
Why, that settles you down? It has the opposite effect, or what?
No, I'm just playing.
A heavy bag.
I have a heavy bag of green stuff here if you want.
So, Brad, anything else to say about the freak show? What about the event, the post-freak show event?
Here we
The
go.
fetish party.
Really?
Yes. And
What's
that
the
was,
name of the place?
That was not planned. It does. I don't know the name.
How'd you find out about it?
We knew somebody that was already in there.
Someone who remain nameless.
Yes. The other couple we were with.
Do they go to those things regularly, the other couple?
No. And it was only a couple doors down from where the freak show was. So
It
you have
was
to,
planned.
when you go in, you can't. I didn't realize what I was signing when I went in, but I did that one clip at the bar, and then I was told you can't take pictures or video. Nobody had phones or cameras or nothing in there. You should have seen those fucking leather costumes. Holy
GoPro.
shit! You would have. It was fucking hysterical. It was hysterical.
Would they look like the Leatherman from the Village People kind of deal?
Oh,
You may have the masks on or the
Full.
oxygen.
full. There was two. I don't know if they were men or women, but I think they were women because it had the leather with the tits, and then it had a fucking, a fucking dildo too. Oh, it was all part of the suit. There was one guy that had a nurse, like an old-fashioned nurse leather uniform on. It was all white, like a white dress, and then a red fucking leather hat. And there was another woman with some demonic leather mask on the stage, beating the shit out of a guy that was tied up. There was another girl that was all tied up, like down with her arms behind.
She was suspended.
And not she was I don't know what was underneath her, but she was strapped to something, and this guy was pouring hot wax all over her.
Jeez.
Oh, it was fucking.
We don't even see much of that. Well, we did a little bit, but not to that extent at the trap.
It was pretty wild.
So when are we going to go as the Misfits?
I don't know. I'll find out when the next one is.
Maybe when Kevin comes down.
Is it an actual fetish club?
Yeah.
By
Okay,
the
so
way,
it's open every weekend.
Kevin
I
from
don't know if
Boston
it's
will be
I don't know
around
if they do
April
it.
9th.
I'm not
Who?
sure.
Kevin from Boston, Kevin Herrera.
Never heard of her.
He'll be coming down April 9th. He wants to take us all out.
He was supposed to come
He'll
down.
be there
with,
for the weekend.
He was supposed to come down with Kalora.
Well, Andrew's coming to the Olympia.
Oh, the one you told me about?
Yeah, Kalora,
Yeah,
and
so
Kalora
maybe-
can't come down
Yeah,
for
but he'll
whatever
be on
reason.
for the Olympia, so maybe we could have him take us out.
The Olympia's in October, right?
Yeah, we definitely be back, but right now, me and Rob are looking to go to Vegas for a few weeks.
It's
And then going to
beautiful
Canada.
right now.
And then coming back and doing the Ruby and doing
They're
the
not
Olympia.
going to fucking Canada. They're not even letting people in, I don't think.
Yes, they are.
You have to go into quarantine and shit.
No, you can right. There's ways.
No, you got to quarantine. Yeah, because Bruno had a quarantine for 14 days.
And if
That's
you're,
all right.
I think if you're just going there on leisure, you got to fucking go and
Going on business. That's a work around.
Yes.
That's tentatively what's going on.
talk to Aladdin. He'll tell you what.
Maybe we can have Kevin take us to that fetish place.
I'll find out when the next one. I don't know if they do it every weekend or not, but it was pretty fucking busy.
A lot of tans there.
There was a few.
Any
There was
trans?
probably. I couldn't
Yeah.
tell.
Was it like full out sex going on, everything? Or it's more
No,
people
I didn't see
doing
anybody
weird.
fuck.
Was there
Fucking-
naked
Oh.
like genitals of male or females going on?
No, but they were wearing, the leather outfits where their ass and tits are hanging out.
And
Well,
doing what?
I still have the leather outfit in
They were
storage. I'm
playing
willing
a
to put it
fucking
on.
electric music shit.
Like
and
it's
people
just
are
a club,
dancing.
everybody's
Yeah,
dressed
It's a
up.
bar.
There's no like sexual activity going on, really.
Probably. Just
Did you get turned on?
no.
That was a yes.
He hesitated.
Yeah,
Did you get a chance to?
I was pretty hammered. It would have been better to take something else. Let's
something
just
that works.
say
Let's just say something that was worked better.
right. Right.
That's okay. I'm in training. Fuck it.
But Valerie's like, holy shit. She's like, Lenny would fucking love this place.
Wow. That's
She was
a-
thinking
You
about
wouldn't have
Lenny.
left.
That's a Freudian slip there too.
No, we just infiltrate.
maybe-
We just infiltrate.
I'll wear my leather suit.
We went out
How's
of
this?
we went out of our comfort zone.
Okay, that's fair enough. How about this? I'll get the leather suit. I got the mask and all that.
Have you tried that on?
No, I have it in storage. Though. It's still ready to go. How about you suspend me and Valerie can take the whip to me?
If the thing will hold you.
I still have that gas mask bong if you want it. remember that thing?
Yeah, last time I ended up sleeping in my car in a parking lot after that thing, so no thank
Oh,
you.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you slept across the
Yep.
street. I'll find out.
Okay.
But you can't film it in there. That's part of what when you sign a waiver when you go in.
Who said?
That's what GoPros are for.
Well, not only that, it was too dark anyway.
That's what night vision is for. There's a way around everything. Which is one of the things, Rob, why you started the Patreon is so, because I know there are things, I mean, wireless mics. There are a lot of things that you guys can benefit from because you guys have a lot of plans. We've all talked about stuff you want to film, and I'll let Rob talk a little more about that.
Yeah, you launched the Patreon, last night?
Last night, yeah.
How do they find it?
Patreon.com.
They.
The Maniacs. Patreon.com/Big Lenny Show. So as of right now, I didn't want to make people think like, you know, we're going to only upload certain content on there. So right now it's all donation based. But I guess, you know, if we film something that YouTube's not going to approve on, we'll throw it up there for members only. But basically, you know, everybody wants men's, and having the stress of, you know, reality kind of deters from that. So this will give us a way to be able to really focus on this even more than we are right now. And I'm proving to the Maniacs that I can provide the content, daily content, consistent content, and that's what they want, and that's what we'll continue to do regardless. But we appreciate any help. We already got a bunch of people signed up, and we appreciate it. Lenny, you want to thank them?
So there's no paywall right now, just to be clear.
There's I couldn't figure out how to set it up where there's just a button to donate. It's
Okay.
all monthly, so I did 3 levels, you know, so they can choose between like $5 a month, $10 or $20, whatever they want to do. And most of the people are actually taking the 10 or 20, which is very generous. So
Again, I want to thank Prince, Pomps, and Adam for the technical support. They're all a part of it, Brad. And you're going to get a lot of good stuff because a lot of things that you can't really do and put on there, and the things that a little off color, and I plan on taking risks. It's all about living and dying for the Mets because you're going to see truth. You're not going to see the news version, watered down propaganda.
And on there, you can do live chats.
yeah, you can do exclusive lives and stuff like that, which we'll get into.
So the different tiers, if they pay more,
Yeah,
they get
but
more.
I don't. You know, maybe we will do some of that, but I don't want, you know, someone who's sitting home completely broke. I don't want them to miss out on anything. Which, you know, people who do pay more, they do deserve a little extra. So we'll find that balance. But for right now, I just wanted to. I didn't want anyone to feel like they're gonna miss out because they can't afford to pay or whatever. So, but yeah, you know, people want us to take trips, Thailand, Vegas, do all this stuff. This is something that'll help make that possible.
Right, because there's a lot of people that'll, you know, DM you, offering you this, that, and the other thing, and then...
Right, I got to work a job. I mean, people don't realize some days when I go pick up Lenny up to train and film, some days I got fucking $14 in my bank account, you know? So it's like this just will allow us... We're not trying to live like Cali Muscle and buy Hellcats, but, you know?
I wouldn't be caught dead in one, honestly. Honestly, if I had the extra money, it'd be going towards a water ionizer for the house, a mold-free home, brand new, different kind of home-cooked food, the finest that, recuperation devices, a nice top-of-the-line bed, things that's going to extend my health and my career. I'm more involved in that than the cookie cutter, the flash and this and that people get so wrapped up in. Invest in yourself, Maniacs. Each and every one of you is important. You leave a contribution on this life, and those that have done the book cameos with me, I apologize. I'm having some technical difficulties with my phone, but I promise to get them out.
And by the way, with Book Cameo, if anyone wants Lenny to call them a total moron, all you got to do is request it on Book Cameo.
I know it doesn't get any worse than that, does it?
Yep.
Yeah, good.
But in the spirit of improving content,
Well,
give
plus,
us DMs. Let us know. You know, we're going to keep with the reality of it, but what scenario do you want to see us in or
I
film
think the
in?
wireless mics would be good because when you go through the store and
Yeah,
you're filming
yeah,
behind them
absolutely.
with the fucking mask on, half the shit, you can't hear what
Yeah.
the fuck you're saying. It's muffled.
Masks
If you
are
have one of
coming
those,
off.
if you have one of those mics,
Yeah.
you'll be able to hear it.
I have an idea for a video at the beach. I thought of it yesterday. You guys go to the beach, and you bury Lenny in the sand, and the only thing you leave exposed is his belly. And you have someone standing there filming, and you, Rob, you point, you go, hey, call people over. Go, what is that thing? Do you know what that is? Is that like some weird sea urchin that washed up on shore?
Actually, you should
And-
put stakes in the ground with the little rope, like they do
Yeah,
with the
rope
sea
it
turtles.
off. Yes, like they did with the sea turtle nest, exactly. And then just have Lenny emerge out of the sand.
Yeah. Or put
in his
one
posing
of those,
trunks.
Right, just his protruding belly out of the sand. And come here, do you know what this thing is? You know,
Well, you got to have his head up, so you might want to put like a chair or something over his
Ex-
head.
exactly.
or
Put
a
it
towel.
exactly.
Yeah.
how
So
about him laying like right where the ocean breaks, where there's like a little bit of water with one of those mermaid leg suits on, and I'm doing a
great.
photo shoot, and someone else can film
that's
the
fun.
reactions.
It's great. And like talk with a fake French accent. It's perfect. It's perfect. Okay, turn to the left. Yeah, that'd be great.
Or him just modeling with,
Oh.
with a bathing suit on, a bikini, just in the water with like that.
Well, I got 2 pairs of posing trunks, and I'm
good,
not in
Rob.
shape. I'm willing to strut around downtown Atlantic and the beach in those posing trunks, and they're very skimpy right now.
Oh, you can.
Yeah.
I had to go do part of a beach route today, and I drove down A1A, and there's thongs everywhere.
Wow.
There's a lot of talent down in Delray.
And me and Rob are going downtown Lake Worth. There's a bunch of 90-year-olds at a sidewalk cafe, thinking we're gonna get some
Lake Worth,
footage. Yeah,
Lake
it
Worth
does.
stinks.
Like worthless.
I just feel bad. Rob's
Lake
running a lot of
Worthless is
mileage
right.
in to get to these locations.
That's all right. I enjoy it too.
You guys are looking for a place too, right? I saw you post that. What was that? Was that to buy? It's
Oh
a
no!
300
I just took a random snapshot just of the listings, so that
Realistically, though, if we're traveling, which we plan to do, that would more than likely, if it happens, end up towards the end of the year. Because lads are training for the Canadian Championships, and that moved back to August. And good opportunity.
So you don't want to get a place and then go travel, because why pay rent on a place you're not at?
Right.
Well, another option too, though, is always Airbnbs are nice because you don't have to do security deposit, all that nonsense.
Hey, buy a fucking Winnebago and park it on the side of my garage.
Well-
Imagine you coming home after a long, hard day's of work and you got to deal with us too.
Why would I
He's
have
going to be
de-
dealing
what
with the
would- what would I-
bully. The bully will be sleeping
what would
in
I-
there.
what would I have to
We're going to
deal-
smuggle the bully
What
in.
would I have to deal with? You
I
got your
don't
motorhome on the side. You get a new one. They're nice. There's some fucking nice ones.
Yeah. Efficient living's where it's at. If you're going to travel, on the job traveling.
You can plug right into the fucking. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I was looking out for.
Yeah, option.
I was looking out for you,
Great.
thinking.
Well, no, you're not living in my house. Outside's fine.
Can Butcher spend the night with us?
Sure.
All right.
Is Butcher going to get meaner and change his attitude as he get older, where he's going to be a threat?
I don't think so. He's a sweetheart, that dog.
Okay.
But we are gonna get him snipped. So
Did he try to have sexual relations with the other one?
no,
Why not?
I don't know. I think he looks at her like his
mom.
sister.
How
or
old is
mom
he?
Or something. He's 7 months.
I think he's too
About
young.
7 months.
I don't think he's got the
Oh, his
test.
little lipstick comes out.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
Gets a little stiffy.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll hump the air.
What did you refer to that as
It
dog
looks like
genitalia?
it looks like fucking lipstick coming out. You've seen a fucking.
So is that what you have on your chin right now? Brad, that was really.
What? That's,
You're making me uncomfortable.
oh
I
my
get
god.
it.
You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
there's a certain someone masturbating with his lipstick right now.
I heard. I forget who said this. In prison, some guys they'll masturbate and put paint their fingernails and look down and get off that way.
Yeah.
Someone told me in middle school they would sit on one of their hands so that it goes numb, and then they
Yeah.
call it the stranger.
That's
But it only
that was a Dave Chappelle bit.
Oh, okay.
That was in the Chappelle
it would
show.
only stay numb for 10 seconds. You got to work real quick. I mean,
The stranger. It'll be pretty hard up. The stranger sit on your hand. You people are calling me sick.
I never did it. Somebody,
Yeah.
well, I definitely tried it once or twice when I was
Yeah,
12.
it's just like getting pissed in your mouth.
I should have done that after my shoulder surgery when I had the nerve block.
Yeah, you should have.
They inject that into your neck, so for 24 hours, your whole right arm, right down to your fingers, is numb, so you don't feel any pain.
Dale's injecting his right hand with Novocaine as we speak.
For that graveyard shift. I didn't know he worked that.
Oh, really?
He tells me he's like one of the top people in the company. He's probably pushing a broom around at night, cleaning out metal scraps.
Well, he had a video not too long ago where he's got a gym in there that he.
Yeah, I
says
saw
he
that. It's
built
nice.
The gym, yeah.
Yeah, well, of course he's going to say that. It's Dale. I mean,
He says he built the African American Museum too.
Have you heard from him at all or no?
I see pictures. I mean, unless he's trying to keep everything a secret, but
Dale built the Roman Colosseum when both of his arms were in slings after his accident. That's how good
The
he
only
is.
thing Dale built is a tolerance to chewing tobacco.
did you catch the Boston Lloyd interview on Leo where they talk about Cornelius beating him in a contest, which Dale has told us 1,000 times, but Boston Lloyd said when he saw his competitor was Cornelius, he was the only other one out there. He's like, there ain't no way in hell this clown is beating me. And then he said he looked like a meat grinder. He goes, and then they say he won. And he's like, I'm like, what the fuck? How did this guy beat me?
Boston said that about Cornelius. How tall is Boston Lloyd?
6'2".
Oh,
Yeah, he's
he's
tall.
got height.
Yeah. He actually looks exactly like this, in my opinion, with the beard now.
Actually, you're kind of
He had a
right.
great
Yeah.
show on with Leo and another guest from Canada. Very informative. A must-see. I really enjoyed it this morning.
When's the next one with Leo for you?
I don't know. I'm just waiting on his text.
Oh, okay. I think he went on Dave's show too.
Yeah, he'll be on. He's on today, actually.
They filmed it yesterday, right?
Yeah, he'll be on soon.
He gave me a little inside scoop on that. That's going to be good.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Donkey Kong Fitness Jane is not coming on the podcast. I have asked. It's not happening.
Jason called me today.
She wouldn't be able to sit here for more than 10 minutes.
No.
What do you
Said
say?
he's
Without
doing
trying to
it.
get in your pants, Brad.
I know, she's fresh old lady.
I love that video of her in Vegas doing the robot. Or no, doing the impersonating
The thumbs.
Adam
thumbs,
Harper?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's hysterical.
I'm going to piss myself.
And I like when I tell her what happened and Jason starts laughing.
Was he smoking some sort of weed pen out there?
No.
He was hitting some pen when he was at the gym with you guys. And you could tell
Jason?
they were both super giggly.
Was he?
I think so.
I don't remember. I don't think we had any pens because we went to the dispensary.
Yeah.
Jay ate all those edibles.
And then he decided to take him to the Hoover Dam 100 degrees.
What was it? Crybaby Kush?
Here we go.
Can we get a wow from you guys? Brad?
He did it.
Come on.
Don't instigate. Come on.
I see it's the healing process is well underway. So I'm
There's no
Glad to
healing to
hear
be
it.
done.
You proud, Lenny?
yeah. Feels good. I miss the old days altogether. Everybody.
I only said that because he was real bitchy and whiny on the car ride there. But with
He
the,
was bitchy and whiny the entire fucking time
Yeah.
we were there.
Well, I think it's a result of high tests with no estrogen
He was on
blockers.
a lot of trend.
Yeah, the trend.
And so was I. I was miserable.
Jay
Yeah,
wanted
but,
to
yeah.
spend a Vegas trip hanging out at the pool, drinking with me and Brad, and it never happened. And he got a
That's
little upset.
understandable.
Yeah.
I mean, his size, how hot it is out there. I'd be
Yeah.
whining and bitching too.
Well, that's why I declined. I knew it was what I was in for.
And then you throw the pot on top of it because that makes you even more drowsy and just not want to do anything.
Brad, again, I hate to rehash it, but why would you insist we go to the Hoover?
I didn't insist. I asked everybody if they wanted to do something.
What,
That's
of
what we
all
went to.
things, would you want to see a relic like that? With
But-
all the girls, all the trannies.
Nobody complained except for Jay.
I love when I called you that morning and I told you where we were going and I asked you if you want to come and you go, I'm not going to a fucking landfill. And you hung up. That was it.
That must have been a great time, though. It'd be nice to go and see all these different.
Different girls and trannies, not the fucking bunch of cement.
Yeah, that's where we want to go. Go to a fucking tranny bar. Yeah. That's okay. You do your thing. Give a shit. Too bad that Las Vegas lounge is closed, though. Before you go out there, I'll message Greg and see if
It'll
you know.
be open again.
I'll
Oh, he's got to know of places.
yeah, I'll message Greg and find out. I'll give you his number too when you go out there.
Good.
Yeah.
Should be nice and cool, right?
Oh yeah.
March in Vegas.
Don't go after May though.
Yeah.
Once you get into early May, it starts to get hot.
I've been out there I've been out there beginning of May and it was great. There's still snow on
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the
that's
beginning of
nice.
May. Yeah.
Woo.
It's beautiful.
I went there once in May and it was hot. It was
Yeah.
mid to upper 80s.
Well, I went the first week of May and it was nice.
It's not this humidity though down here,
None. There's none.
which causes a big mold problem, in my opinion. I'm
Absolutely.
sure Thailand is humid too, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But
After a few of those Yaba pills, you won't know the difference.
What's a yabba?
Meth. They said on Leo's pod. You weren't on that one with Tony Huge?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
What is it about Thailand you guys would most be looking forward to?
the food,
The 20-hour
gyms.
The 20-hour plane.
going
ride.
to a nutrition store and buying hormones,
Yeah, for me it'd be the over-counter.
Everything there is
testosterone.
over the counter?
Yeah.
No
except
shit.
vitamins, because they know they corner the market because they're illegal in most countries, but they don't want bringing their vitamins in because they're all domestic, so they wouldn't make any money because the amount of vitamins other countries produce and the cost of them.
Did you check flights?
Yeah, it was like $1,000 round trip.
Okay.
Or is it
Out of
total of-
Miami?
Yeah, it was a total of like 30 hours travel time. It was 3 to New
Does
Jersey.
that include the time change?
I don't know, but it was 3 hours to get to either New York or New Jersey, then 14 hours to get to Tokyo, and then another 6 hours to get from Tokyo to Bangkok.
What if you flew from Florida to California? Is there any direct flights out of Cali?
Probably. I mean,
Might,
that
might
was-
look into that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind stopping a few days and seeing California.
Yeah,
Why?
absolutely.
Why? Tokyo's the other way? West?
Across the Pacific.
Tokyo is north of Thailand. North and east.
So that might add a time, but I mean, even, oh man, can you imagine a 14-hour flight?
Yeah, check.
I'll have to give him and we can't sit next to each other either.
Because Tony lives in doesn't
Pattaya.
live- no, but in California, where Sacramento.
Yeah.
So he flies from there.
Oh. Yeah, that would make a lot more sense. I don't see the point of the Newark or the New York getting to Newark or New York.
But from Miami to California, or from here, it's 5.5, 6
5
hours.
hours and then
In Canada, Aladdin had to take 2 or 3 transfers, so that's 12 hour. But maybe take a benzo before you go or something like
yeah.
that. Some ketamine. That's what it's for. There's a time and a place for everything. And for me, that other shit ain't now. 'Cause
Yeah,
I'm
but-
training for the Ruby or the fight, one of the two.
Like, there's a time and a place for everything, like eating a burger and fries during the podcast.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Well, I took my shake about an hour or so ago.
Can
Oh.
do you have to wear your CPAP if you're sitting up sleeping? Like if you're sleeping on a plane, would you need your CPAP?
No, because I can breathe.
Okay.
But-
It's only when you lay down.
My feet are going to swell up.
Oh yeah.
So thanks to Aladdin, this adjustable CPAP, it adjusts the way I'm breathing. That's why they're not swollen up anymore. Because the other one was too weak, and I only got my sleep sitting up in a chair, which is horrible. And a lot of people in wheelchairs, they got to rotate them around.
But a lot of the same benefits as Thailand are in Colombia as well, so that might be a better option. The over-the-counter stuff.
But you don't know anybody in Colombia. At least Tony in Thailand can show you around and know where.
My nose will guide me, trust me.
Yeah, well.
No, I'm joking, but yeah, no.
Plus, he has a condo in Pattaya and Bangkok, I believe.
There's got to be a maniac in Colombia. If you're listening, si estás escuchando.
Yeah, but then also with these people who reach out, we're taking the risk of, like say someone says, "Oh, we'll put you up," and then we're stuck with some
And then-
psychopath.
Right, or then you get there and it,
Well, he might like that. End up with some
Yeah,
psychopath
we'll just
tied
tie
up.
him up, put him in a closet.
A psychopathic Thai old lady that puts me in bondage naked might be exciting. Cursing me in a foreign
Have you,
language.
have you
And I'm
ever
gonna
done
have
an
to play
Asian?
this off to who has a business trip, and this is the type of things we'll be doing.
Not much, a few. Not much. I've been with Asian black mixes and a tranny Asian black, a Korean.
She was Blackanese.
She's black below the waist.
Blasian.
We got a new thing
Black below the
we can
waist.
call
Oh,
him the
God.
Freak of the Week. So we're doing a big Lenny show at the gym, wherever we see her on the street. We're going to ask, hey, you want to be our Freak of the Week? And there'll be a guy that's really big or strong or a girl that's really has sexy. And we started off today, a guy named Joey. He's our Freak of the Week. You'll see him in the next.
There was nothing special about him, but it's a good concept.
He's a big guy.
No, what was special, he had a great shirt that maybe the Maniacs can find for Lenny. It said, just another sexy bald guy.
Jesus Christ.
Just another sexy ass bald guy.
Brad, you ever think about going the bald route?
Lenny, you can wear that with McLeod when you guys go out together.
Well, me
Perfect.
and McLeod would look good at that bearded gay man's convention they have,
Wait,
which is such a
The
thing.
Bears.
You remember that black guy that was in the trannies too? You know what I'm talking about. Real friendly computer guy.
from where?
World Gym. You know
The
exactly what
old,
I'm
the
talking
old,
about.
old world
Yeah.
gym.
He
Describe.
was kind of heavy set, real talkative. Looked like Michael Strahan, but he was fat. You know what I'm talking about.
If I saw
You say
him.
when he's in California, there was actually a bearded gay man's convention.
Jesus Christ. Well, if you get enough funds, you should do it for sure.
May not come back.
Travel around. No,
That
you
flight
won't.
may not
You
come
won't.
back.
You won't. Go from Thailand down to Australia.
Yeah, maybe we could fuck a kangaroo on film. You never know. Maybe they got some good GHB out there.
Maybe Lee Priest will put you up.
Sure.
You can smoke some opium if you go to Thailand too.
What's that?
Smoke some opium.
I'm going to smoke something all right.
Smoke some rope.
And look up at those slanty eyes. Suck it.
And
This is where, like, you're getting
Little
into-
yellow cock. in
Keep
your-
going.
You guys might as well just start the GoFundMe to bail us out of Thai prison.
Yeah, no shit.
We're gonna need big bucks too to coerce them.
a preemptive GoFundMe before your trip. It's not a bad idea.
You know, we GoFundMe this, GoFundMe that. In one of the videos yesterday, we passed the carnival, and it said $2 entry. I said, "Maniacs, GoFundMe, so we can go to the carnival."
You'll be riding around on those little scooters.
Ugh, I could never ride. I would never trust one of those rides, put together by some roadie.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the gyms that Tony trains at, it's what's weird to me is it seems like there's all Americans in there. You know, so I don't know if he recruited a whole.
I watched one of his videos once where he was training, and you're right, there were a lot of Americans in
Yeah.
it. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
And the fact is, that's the place to go. You want that teenage sex. That's a fact,
Yes,
Chad.
18. Yes, 18.
No,
Yes.
much younger. That's why guys mostly go over there.
Same with the Philippines.
Yeah.
The guy I work with is Filipino. He said it's like that over there.
Sometimes parents will bring their daughters or sons to the airport or the docks, almost like, hey, for sale, for rent.
Disgusting.
Jeez.
Well, I won't have to edit videos anymore.
That's where you know who Gary Glitter went. He was over there. The famous English glam singer whose big hit was "Da-na-na-na-na, hey."
I thought you hear it all sporting events.
Hey, not anymore. Not anymore. You haven't heard that in a long time.
You know, come to
I
think of it,
guarantee
you're
you
right.
that. Yeah, it's been about 10 years since that scandal.
Well, they won't. If you're live at the sporting event, I think they'll play it,
No,
but not
they
on the,
won't.
not
That
on the
is
TV.
done.
No, you know, now that Lenny mentions it, you used to hear that, you know, if let's say an NBA team went on a 12-0 run and the other team calls timeout, you would hear that.
You would not
to
hear
rile
that
the-
ever again.
You're right. Is
Gary
that why?
Glitter. Oh, yeah.
What do you do?
Look it up online, maniacs. Gary Glitter, he's big, have sex with children. He's the one that was in that group.
Was he convicted?
Oh, yeah. He did jail time. I believe he's free in England. He's on parole, but he was in a Thai prison for sure. They raided him, yeah. He was big on that.
That happened in Thailand?
Might happen in England, too, and other countries, sure.
Where did he serve time?
It was Thailand.
Yeah, you would not want to get locked up in a
You will
country
not
like
hear
that.
that anymore.
no,
Trust
you
me, you haven't heard it.
No.
Guarantee you wouldn't have it heard. You hadn't heard it in 12 or 15 years because nobody plays there anymore. That is not going to happen.
You two will end up on an episode of Locked Up Abroad.
No, I don't even think about that. That's why we would need Tony, you know, to kind of
Yeah.
guide us and
Yeah.
babysit us. We'll give him $5 an hour.
I had a buddy who went to Thailand, God, had to be at least 20 years ago, and it was the day before he was supposed to leave, and he bought food from a street vendor, and he came down with the most horrendous case of food poisoning ever, and he had to fly home the next day to New York, so he got on the plane, and he can barely function, so they took him off the plane in a wheelchair, and he stayed in the hospital for a week. He almost died.
Oh, jeez.
I don't even know what he ate. God knows what it was.
Probably a cat. or a
Roadside
dog.
vendors, which they have a lot of.
Yeah, so be careful what you eat.
My mother got sick in Ecuador doing that. Eat some roadside crap.
Yep.
Well, that's like when we used to go down when I was a kid. When we go down to the hurricane games, my uncle would always say, "Never eat anything off a stick down here."
Yeah, they call it street meat.
Mm-hmm.
Not the street meat you like, Leonard.
It's been a while. Been a while. I think I began to ruin my fun. Just don't think about it like I really don't.
Well, that's a good thing.
What ruined your fun? Ibogaine?
I have no compulsions to do that stuff anymore.
What stuff?
Is there like a reverse ibogaine treatment he can take?
I
Like an
hope not.
anti-ibogaine?
It does. It kind of takes the evil out of you. You know?
It's a reset. Increases the plasticity of the brain.